Hey my dear 101ers, in this video I'm going to briefly go over our Canvas page and our syllabus. So of course first we start with our Canvas page since that's where you'll find the syllabus. So let's check it out. Of course before going in I want to show you our GIF. This is us. Does anybody know who this bear is? Why, it's good old Yogi the Bear. Hey boo boo. From Hanna-Barbera. You guys ever seen this cartoon? It's a good one. So this is us. First thing that we see, of course, is the Start Here section. We have our welcome letter and communication plan, which I will go over after our syllabus. Of course, I want you to please click the syllabus as our first thing, and I happen to have it open already. So let me move this to the side, and here we are, my favorite animal, the panda. Welcome to section 22129. This first page just offers some preliminary logistical bits of information, such as my name, my email address, and my office hours. That's very important. My office happens to be in CI 204, which is the second floor of the Center for Innovation building across from the library. So if you ever want to stop by and say hello, please let me know that you'd like to stop by and when. Same thing. I'm open for appointments, or also if you want to set a Zoom conference with me, just let me know. I'm here to help. This first page, of course, is the school's description of our class, including things such as the course objectives, student learning outcomes. So you can check those out. Now, the next part here, let me minimize this, is what I like to call the meat and potatoes, due to the fact that it's the intro that I wrote for us. So check it out. Welcome to English 101. I'm so happy to have you join our very own learning community of readers and writers. At its core, the thematic premise that undergirds our course is an attention to the human experience. As this is a composition class, the curriculum is scaffolded to link the action of writing as a social enterprise that constitutes an integral part of what we do as people. Moreover, we'll explore varied aspects that contribute to the human experience. This will include things such as culture, language, politics, and relevantly, our relationship with science and technology. We'll consider how the work of writing, and more broadly speaking, composition, impel these things forward. Our adventure awaits us. Always reminds me of like starting a video game or a new book. That's what this is. It's our new adventure. So for our text, your pocketbook will be happy. We have this free open educational resource, and we do have an opportunity for an extra credit assignment. If you want to do the extra credit assignment, then please get this book, The Power of Habit. I happen to have it on hand. Let me show you. Oh, microphone moved a little. There we go. Let me make sure it's still plugged in. Very good. So this is The Power of Habit by Charles Duhigg. It's yellow. So if you want to do the extra credit, then go ahead and get this book and start reading it too ASAP. And I'll tell you more about what the extra credit assignment will be as we get to this section. Now, of course, for your materials, I ask that you get some highlighters, because you have to be an active reader. What it means to be an active reader is to engage with what you're reading, to respond in real time, and use highlighters right all over your books and texts. I know that in grade school we were discouraged from doing so, but in college you are encouraged, because that is how you make connections to the text. And that goes for all your other classes too. Obviously, it should go without saying, but it's an online class, so you need online access. If anything, you can even go to our school library, and this will all be through Canvas. So if you're having any issues with Canvas, make sure to get those sorted out ASAP. Okay, so our online space. Now, I know that it's quite easy to forget that every single person in our class is an actual human. They're not just a disembodied avatar, but rather real people, just like you and I. So do remember that And there is the, I guess I can call it the little mantra for remembering our netiquette, which is net etiquette. And that is remember the human. There's a person behind that screen name who you're interacting with. Now, I ask that you show respect to one another from student to student. And it's perfectly normal to disagree with somebody. In fact, it's part of living in a society. But when you take contention with somebody's idea, ask that you please not attack the person directly, as I'll not allow that. No hate speech or any pejorative terms, no racial slurs, nothing like that. So I ask that you always remember the human, and you can take contention with people's ideas and points, but respect the human. Same thing when you are interacting with myself as well as your other teachers. Ask that you show the same level of respect, which is to say, just want to remind you, I'm not your homie or anything like that. At the end of the day, I'm your professor. So at the very least, to run a spell check. So readings. Obviously, it's a composition class. There'll be readings throughout the course. And in order to keep you on your toes, I will pepper in some low-stakes reading quizzes. So just make sure you do the work. Basically, the way this will work is that for every week, we will have a corresponding module. I will publish each module one at a time. So you just have to worry about doing the most recently published module at any given moment. And these can't be made up, but we actually do have a late homework pass and a late essay pass, which, let me see if I can find that section. There we go. I found it. So a late homework pass includes everything except for discussion boards, because discussion boards happen in real time. So basically, once the deadline comes, then the conversation is over, right? And there's no way you could even respond to anyone because everything's over. The other thing you can't use the late homework pass is for the peer review workshops that we will have. Those are important that you get them in time, because the Canvas system is programmed to distribute drafts only to those who submitted one of their own on time. But beyond that, you can use the late homework pass, everything from worksheets to things like maybe outlines or brainstorms or write-ups. And you can turn that in up to a day late after it's due. Just let me know that you'd like to use it. Same thing, you have a late essay pass, which can be used on any of the first essays. Not the last one, because after the last one, everything's over, right? It's the last thing you turn in. But with the others, you could turn it in up to 2 days late. Just let me know when you'd like to use it. So that is that. Okay, so part of our modules, typically we will be doing discussion boards every week, and to pay attention to this. So I ask that you please write your response in at least a solid paragraph, at least 4 meaty sentences. And it's disingenuous to call it a discussion board without the opportunity to actually respond and interact with one another. So it's for that reason that I ask that you also reply to at least one classmate's post in a minimum of 2 meaty sentences. The idea is to impel the conversation forward. So don't just say, yeah, that's cool, or yeah, I agree. No, you want to impel the conversation forward, just like you do with your friends, right? You're talking about last night's Lakers game, and somebody mentions something, you say, yeah, and you push that forward, right? Same way. Okay. So, current event assignment. I will tell you more about this as the first one comes closer, which, if I'm not mistaken, will be next week. So I'll explain it in next week's module. So for our essay, we'll actually be having 3 major writing projects. So 3 major essays. And the extra credit one is an additional opportunity for 60 extra credit points. So basically, the book Power of Habit is about the psychology of habit formation. So you'll talk about what you learned about habit formation in an essay, and then you will also choose either a new habit that you want to adopt, like, I don't know, maybe going to sleep on time or exercising, or getting rid of a habit you no longer want, like procrastinating. So then you'll write, how will you use what you learned about habit and habit formation to accomplish your goal? And that's a minimum of 3 pages. So this will be due on our very last day if you wish to do it. It's an extra credit opportunity, of course, like always. If you do it, it's only going to help you. If you don't, nothing happens, but it's there as a help. Another thing, just letting you know that when you submit things through Canvas, I've made it so that there's an automatic Turnitin filter. Turnitin detects for plagiarism, essentially. It's on our side as teachers. And no, you don't have to create a Turnitin account. Just letting you know. So at the end of the day, just do your own work. It's not worth plagiarizing, as Turnitin is on our side. Next thing, we actually have a chat room in Canvas of participation and attendance, as it's an online class. Log in, do the work, then you're participating and in attendance. This is an asynchronous class, so we will not necessarily be having compulsorily real-time meetings, but rather I will be publishing accompanying videos with each module. And as an online class, this service is indispensable, and that is our Citrus tech support. Here's their link, here's their info. Reach out to them, they're super helpful. You could literally take in your computer and get help. Hey, use every resource you have. It's so helpful. Okay, so submissions. Please format your documents in docx, or PDF. If you use Google Docs, make sure to convert it into one of these formats before turning it in. The reason being is because Google Docs is finicky. It's one of those things where you have to get permission to the recipient. Sometimes students forget. Many times it doesn't work for me, so please just convert it into one of these before submitting it. We talked about the late work. Excuse me, I'm gonna get some water. Okay, so we talked about the late work and revisions. You can revise an essay, obviously not the last one, because it's over after that. The class is over. And in order to do so, it's more than just crossing T's and dotting I's. It's taking the feedback that you've received from your peer review workshops, as well as maybe meeting from me, going to the writing center, and strengthening and revamping areas that you need to look at. So, speaking of we talked about plagiarism. Just do your own work. Any plagiarized work will result in a 0, which could result in failing the course. It's not worth it. Just do your own work. The Writing Center, here's their info. In fact, I also included a flyer in our Canvas page for them. It's a writing class, so their help is invaluable to us. Student counseling, we've all been going through very tough times, and we need someone to talk to from time to time. Here is their info, student counseling. So we have both student counseling for like classes, but we also have somebody to help with mental health. So, and that's all in the student services, as well as we even have a health center. It's like a free clinic, so that's super helpful. DSPS, please take care of your accommodations that you may need through them ASAP, and send me any form that they'll give you for accommodations. Alright, so in terms of grade breakdowns, basically just make sure to always do the most recently published module. That include things like, peer review workshops and the little reading quizzes and current events and the major writing projects, which are the essays, and an assortment of other things too. So just be on the lookout for our published module, which for the most part I will publish it on Sundays, so do watch for that. since officially that's the start of a new week. All right. Here's our dog, our class dog. I think he looks like a Max. He said, "Yay, we got through the syllabus." Before proceeding to the canvas, I want to show you the organizational structure of our calendar. On the left here, we have the name of our thematic unit. We have when that week starts, what we do in class, as well as if there's anything due or if I'm assigning anything. So do watch for that. The main thing, though, is that you go through Canvas always. Take a look at our module and just make sure to do everything right. Just stay on top of that. Here's Max again. He's a floofy boy, isn't he? Oh, don't you want to pet him? I sure do. Oh. Okay, let's go into our Canvas page. So here we have my welcome letter. You should have also received it in announcements. Does anybody know where this art is from? Tell me in the chat room. So here's my welcome letter to you with some preliminary information. Here's the course, such as the course link, our OER, which I remember mentioning. I'd like to show you that for a moment. So this is, let's go here. We have this link. So it has very common things, like even things like, the thesis statement, which are all things that we were going to cover in the class anyway. But if ever you want to reaffirm this and look up more info on these things that pertain to 101, then this free resource is here. Did somebody say free? Yes, I said free. So check it out. Okay, let's return to the letter I had here. Okay, so yeah, just preliminary info. Here's my little intro video that I made for you. All right, next one will be this flyer that I made, my communication plan. So just to remind you that you can contact me through my email. That's typically where I'll always be checking, as well as the Canvas inbox and the Canvas chat room, which I'll show you where that is. But mostly just try emailing me directly. That's the best way. The way I'll communicate with you is through the weekly videos that I will be integrating in each week's module, as well as obviously through your email, your Citrus email. I'd like to plug in a program, it's an application called Spark, S-P-A-R-K, that lets you integrate your personal email with your school email. And it lets you see it all in one place, and it's super helpful. So I recommend Spark. So always be checking your school email. Okay, so of course you'll interact with one another through various things like discussion boards, workshops, and the other assorted things that we have in the class, other fun, and the chat room too. Remember too that aside from my office hours, which of course if you wish to come to my office hours, do let me know so that I can expect you. Always let me know. And as well as Zoom meetings, if you ever want to meet through Zoom, please let me know, as I'm available. I'm here to help. So that is it for our start here. Here's the syllabus, which we just looked at, their OER. Here's the flyer for Canvas. Sorry, for Canvas. It's been a long day. My apologies. For the Writing Center. Here is their info. And it's a writing class, so it's an invaluable resource. So I want to go over these two things. Number one, your icebreaker. The very first thing I want you to do. So we were just talking about netiquette, right? What better way to establish proper netiquette than to have your picture on your profile. Remember we were talking about the importance of remembering the human. What better way to do so than to have the picture in your profile? So just go ahead and please, as your first thing I want you to do, click here where it says account, then go to profile, click your picture, and just upload your picture, please. It's the first thing. And as you saw, you can even have a little biography that you write for yourself. Okay, so other than that, just introduce yourself to the class. Some things you can say is like, hey, what's your name, your major if you declared one, something you'd like to share about yourself, and anything else. So you have the choice of either typing it out. Hello class, my name is such and such. Or you can use a direct video or direct audio. Go to insert, media, upload, record, and you can go to record and start your recording. Ooh, it's double. If you don't want to do a video, maybe just audio, go to the webcam, go to no video, and this will leave the option to just record audio. So whether you choose to type it in or make a video or an audio, it's all good in the hood. Remember us also to reply to at least one classmate, okay? In at least 2 meaty sentences. And yeah, as well, when you introduce yourself, try to do so at least a paragraph, something hearty, right? So yeah, either type it out or make a video or audio. Look forward to meeting you online. And it's an opportunity for us to break the ice for one another and you to meet one another to see who your classmates are this semester. So this is the syllabus quiz contract. I don't know why it's flashing. My apologies. Sometimes it happens. Okay, so for this quiz contract, you have unlimited tries. This is just like frequently asked questions. And yeah, go ahead and take this. And okay, beyond that, everything else, they have their own designated videos that I have created for them. So we have these lessons, and yes, the videos are all integrated in them. So do check those out, please. For the most part, things will be due Sundays unless stated otherwise, but always do pay attention to the deadlines. Another thing too that is helpful, you can go to calendar and then you can see the stuff that is ahead. Helps you to visualize it. As you can see, it populates the stuff from my other classes too. It's cool. It does it for all your classes. Okay, another thing, team building activity. So this is a fun opportunity to just share a funny meme or a picture of your pet iguana, your pet dog, your pet cricket. I don't know, Herman, your pet cricket or whatever. Or maybe a cool music video. This will be ongoing throughout the semester. It's a fun space for us to build solidarity. I know we've been going through a tough time, and please use humor, nothing crass or inappropriate, but please. I want to show you how to actually do that. First, I want to show you how to embed a picture. I want to show you my favorite cat. British short hair. It's my favorite cat. And oh, this is a nice picture. Grab the picture, you can drag it out. So once you know where that is, I don't know why it's blinking like this. Then you can go to reply. You can go to insert, image, upload image. I shall be the first one to upload. And so we have our class dog called Herman, right? Meow. I'm your class cat. Give me a name. Okay. Do you know how to make this cat? You make the whiskers, you make the eyes, you make the nose. There we go. Okay, so that's how you post a picture. I'm going to show you how to post a video now. I actually went to the Lakers game yesterday. It was Lakers versus the Trailblazers, so let's pretend you want to post that. So let's see, Lakers versus Port Blazers. Oh, Trailblazers. I'm sorry, I mixed up the fact that they're from Portland and their name. I call them Port Blazers. Portland Trailblazers. Okay. Yeah, this was a really exciting game, by the way. But anyways, just want to show you. Okay, so you go to the video you want to upload. You go to share. What you want is not the normal code. You want the embed code. So go to embed, copy the embed code. And once again, you can go to reply. You go to insert, embed, paste the embed code, and post reply. And that, my friends, is how you post a video. This will be ongoing. If you want to share a picture of your pet, or funny gifs, or memes, or cool music video, whatever the case, this will always be available throughout the semester. Oh, the chat room is here. Let's see, I shall be the first. Oh, make sure to put on the notifications. You get the alerts. I'll put hello. Welcome to English 101. Let's put a picture. Ah, panda is my favorite animal. So I'll be the first one to post. I think that is it for Canvas. Yes. Please let me know if you have any questions. Thank you for watching our crash course on Canvas and our syllabus. Oh, look at how oh, it stopped blinking right when I ended my video. I don't know, but in any case, thank you for watching this video and see you all online.